Greetings, namaste. For those people who do not know what namaste means, it means my soul sees your soul and I respect your soul. And when you say it back to me, it means the same back to me. So, everyone has been very concerned about this super wolf blood moon lunar eclipse that's happening tomorrow. It goes from the 20th to the 21st. Now, what's going on with it, right? Well, our planets are in alignment. And if you look at this, astronomers can show you that the planets are all in alignment. This does not happen yearly, or it's so extremely rare. From what I understand, it's every 2,000 years. Now, you're going to hear a lot of conflicting information regarding what this blood red moon is. So I want to try and give you a little, just a little information about it. Okay, now, yes, first off, it's a full moon. Wacky stuff happens on full moons. You can ask hospitals or police departments and they'll tell you it's just a time when these full moons, strange things happen. So it's good to keep your vibrations high and maybe even protect yourself a little, especially if you're sensitive, like I am. It's not a time when I would go out into large arenas and public areas. But this is what it basically means, okay? Now, here's our Earth. And for just to show you, okay, I'm going to pretend like this Goji stone is the sun, all right? So the sun's on one side. And my opalescent is going to be the moon for a 1 hour period approximately. They're going to be the sun will be directly on the other side of the moon, and it will make our moon turn red, which is like blood red. Okay, according to the Farmer's Almanac, the preliminary or preumbral eclipse begins at 10:36. Now, depending on where you live, you will see it happen at different times. The first portion of it will begin at 11:33, when the total eclipse will be at 12:41 where I'm at. I recommend if you want to, I will have all of my gems out to charge during this moon, all of my sacred tools, and I will, depending on whether we get the snowstorm they're predicting, I will have all of my objects out so that they can charge in this moon because it's very powerful. It's so rare. If you are concerned because of the Hopi prophecies, then that is another condition altogether. Yes, it is part of the Hopi prophecies that there will be a blood red moon. Blood will be on the moon. We still have time. I don't want anyone to go into a panic. There are certain things that are forecast, but what we need to do is try and keep our vibrations high. And one of the ways of doing that is through meditation. Now, I happen to have a buckwheat round pillow. I'm sitting on it right now, and I find it very comfortable, and it helps me to keep my back straight and in alignment. And then I cross my legs. And I just kind of find a very comfortable positioning. And it's very important to breathe. Your breath is life. You want to make sure you draw in through the nose for 4 to 6 seconds. There's something called a 4 block. Okay, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Now imagine you are blowing through a straw as you let your air exit your body. Okay, so you breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Now, so I concentrate on my third eye. What I do is when I close my eyes look up to my third eye chakra. Now, the other thing is hand positioning. There are many different ways of holding your hands, but as an acupressure point, even if you are in a room and you're feeling very stressed, you pinch your thumb and your first finger together and you breathe your foreblock. And another thing, if you are like feeling like you're too close to other people, you want to take a step back and do this. And just breathe for a few moments, and that will get you to relax to this point. Now we need to keep everyone's vibrations high. So you're going to breathe in and breathe out. Now imagine, because it's easy to have the mind wander if you aren't used to meditating, a circle. Okay, so if you are up here, that is when you are concentrating on your meditation. Then if your mind begins to wander, as it might, just bring it back up to the circle and begin to meditate again. Always concentrate on your breathing. Breath is life, and it's very important to do that. Now, if you don't want to do the traditional, you can have a guided meditation. I have a different form of meditation I do every day of the week, and it's very important at this time to have a pattern you follow every day of once you awaken, you want to gather your thoughts, let yourself come to awakenness easily, and then begin with your gratitude, and then that's when I'll do my meditation. If I've had a prophetic dream that night, then I write it down. It's very good to keep track of your dreams. And then if you're meditating, you want to write down what happens. So you might want to have a journal just for that. When I started doing these webcasts, I recommended that people have a journal. And I definitely do. And I keep track of what happens in the various dreams and meditations that I have. So after the meditation in the morning, I do well, it all depends. Actually, what I will do is I will have a salutation to the four winds, then do my meditation. I apologize for that. Then I'll go on with my day, attempting to be mindful with everything that I'm doing. And then in the evening, I'll do the same thing. I will thank the four winds. And then when I go to sleep at night, sometimes I'll meditate for a certain amount of time. It all depends on how you're feeling. Follow your spirit. The goal is to be at a higher vibration, and you can do that through contact with your higher self, with the angels, and with what it is you find important in your life. If you are Catholic, you might do your rosary. If you're not, you can do it through prayer, or do your yoga. If you're Buddhist, you might use your mala beads. Depending on your religion is what you're going to want to follow. For instance, when I was Wiccan, I would be very conscious of the moon and the sun and all of Earth, and that's one of the reasons I appreciate shamanism, actually. All religions have connections, and we're so close and yet so far. And the fact that people will kill each other over religions, it doesn't bode well. There's something wrong with that, because in any religion, they talk about having peace and caring about each other. And so extremists who will kill other people, it actually goes against what their religion is about. It's happened all through history, though. Everybody wants to fight over religion. And there's mysticisms that are very similar. There's a lot of magic within the Kabbalah, which is Jewish. There's an offset of Kabbalah that starts with a Q, which you will find many, like Madonna was very much into the Kabbalah. It was Kabbalah. There's a lot of mathematics. There's a certain amount of times that we say a prayer. It's all mathematical. And at some point, well, okay, I was watching a program yesterday on crop circles, and it was funny because it was said that we're just not smart enough to see what they're trying to tell us, which is probably true. But it's through mathematics that we can actually have a unity and a contact with other people. So, what's going to happen with this moon? Let's get back to that. We don't really know. It's a sign. The universe talks to us all the time. Most of the time, we aren't paying attention. So, you really need to be mindful and pay attention to what's going on for you, what's happening around you. Talk to your children. They're much more knowledgeable and have more insight than we give them credit for. I know my daughter is very good at reading crystals, and I didn't find that out until I saw her pick them up and start to talk to them. It was really remarkable. And I see that she has the gift, and so I want to impart to her what I have learned. What she decides to do with that knowledge is going to be up to her. What you believe is going to happen will. This is part of manifestation. If you believe it's going to be the end of the earth, the end of the United States, then you will manifest that, and it could happen. That's very third dimensional, and you don't want to be there. We're crossing over into the fifth dimension. We have to look at things through love and understanding and peace. And it's very important that we look out for each other, because without other people in the world, what is our purpose all about? That was one of the things that even Einstein said. He was a great thinker. He couldn't do math, but he was a great thinker. And that's what we need. We need people to be able to have concepts, and we need other people who understand mathematics. And together, we can come up with many solutions. I have read that the last sounds, the last things that will exist in the universe are mathematics and laughter. Because laughter began before speech. Laughter began in the beginning, and there was always mathematics. It's the way things are joined together. The more education you learn, the more you see how things are tied together. I'm almost to my 200th book now within the last 2 years. And I love to read, and I love books on tape, and I like Kindle, and I like real books, you know, the ones that you can actually hold in your hand, and just knowledge. Knowledge is so important. There was that saying about, you know, if you're, oh, I can't remember now. I'm sorry. I've been very tired from this shift that's been happening, and I can feel this eclipse coming on, and I've had some very strange things happening to me lately, and it's been taking a toll on me. I've been sleeping a lot, so you'll have to forgive me. Ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance leads to destruction and hate. It is through knowledge that we learn love and caring. Ignorance is not bliss. Knowledge is blessed. And that is bliss. To be blessed and is to be blissful. So please, learn as much as you can. If you don't think that I'm the one who can teach you, then that's fine. Find what it is that works for you. So, yes, I will be out watching this moon. If I can't be outside, it is very cold here now, then I'll be inside because it shines right in my window. I wish you all the blessings there are. I'm going to talk some more on my next webcast. Where was I at? Let's see. I have this huge binder. I feel like one of my teachers back in school, right? Yes. Number 9 is going to be on Viktor Frankl. He wrote Man's Search for Meaning. Really intense, really insightful. I'm going to talk about the 5th dimension and the transition suggestions. What you'll need to do to transition and the possibilities of what could happen if you don't transition, which I really don't want to see that happen because it could be very harmful to people. So I'm praying for you all, and I'm wishing you all blessings, and I am hoping that we can all come together and find true love for one another, which is the way this is meant to be. It's the way it's meant to be. Until number 8, right? 8 or 9, losing track. Namaste.